If y'all want to check me out, I'm at www.moneypot podcast. I'm on the gram, Money Pot Podcast. I'm on Facebook. We got a Facebook forum. I'm on Twitter, Money Pot Podcast. We got a couple upcoming announcements coming up. I'm relaunching my website that will be up and going on tomorrow morning, first thing. We had to just revamp it and get it a little bit better, a little bit more polished. Um, I'm always on Twitter, always on the gram, always shouting out stuff. So, big things coming, man. And we got a small little show, hopefully, still working out the logistics. I don't want to say too much, but I think once a month we're going to be in a local restaurant doing a little pop up show.
Okay.
So, hopefully that takes off into a nice direction, man. We just grinding, man. It's tough, man. But it's just like before we got online, man. You. Oh yeah, another thing, man. Shout out to my co-host Steve O, man. He's been rocking me for over 15 years, man.
For sure.
And he took the leap with me to go on this journey. So shout out my homie Steve O, man. I can't leave him out. It's my man. So in all honesty, it's just a grind, bro. Like this ain't easy, man. It take a lot of time, man. Like we was just talking, my grandma's hit me up talking about come check out a sink for some plumbing. Y'all see me right now. Do I look like a plumber? You know what I mean? Come on over, baby. She was doing this and doing this. You can do it. I'm like, no, baby. We're gonna have to wait till tomorrow. I got the show to go to, man. We gotta check you out, man. You be all right. Go do what you've been doing. Go get a water from the sink. You know what I mean? Help the nurse to help you get it together, man. But yeah, going right into the with Carson, man. Like with Foles kind of got hurt a little bit with his throwing shoulder. So they said it's a strain, but I don't know. They say Carson gonna be ready by week 1. The problem is he ain't gonna play no preseason game. So I don't like that.
Right,
you know what I mean? Like you need live reps.
Right.
And he's coming off a major injury. So just to throw him out there, that's not a good look.
Who y'all third string? Nate?
Yeah, Suffield. Yeah. I mean, he's looked promising. Like he has something, but obviously he's not Wentz. He's not Foles.
Right.
You know what I mean? And we're gonna see. We're gonna see how it really goes. But we're going back to the bowl. I don't know about the Raiders. I mean, it's been a long time. I mean, Al Davis was slinging and gunning back in those days.
I still say we got robbed by the Patriots that game.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Most
definitely. Oh shit! The funny thing is, the last time we saw y'all was in the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
I think it was 1980. John Madden.
Yeah.
Mom, we got robbed. You know what I mean? But so I think that looking at the Eagles, you have to look at the preseason games, right? So we had two preseason games at the moment right now, and nobody's really stand out to me. Suffield has had a couple good games, but nobody's really like. There's been a couple flashes, like Ajayi had a couple flashes. I think Hicks. I think people are happy Hicks. And it's funny. I'm not a Jordan Hicks fan. You know what I mean? Because I think people say that he's a great player, but to me, to be a great player, you got to play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he has an injury history, all that goes from college. And it's not like Knicks or nothing. He's out for like the year when he gets hurt. So, and I take a lot of flack for that because people love him because they think he's a dog. And when he plays, he is. But in all honesty, you have to play.
Out more than he's on.
Yeah, he's out more than that. So, I mean, I still think the team is still riding a little high from the Super Bowl win,
Absolutely.
as they should. And I just want to remind everybody listening, your 2018 Super Bowl champions is the Philadelphia Eagles. Don't ever forget it.
Yeah.
Until somebody takes that belt,
can't take it away from y'all.
We can't take anything away from us. We're going to shove it down everybody's throat until we die. It don't matter. The city was lit.
Yeah, it was. I got forced to go to the parade. I got forced to go.
It was amazing. You had a good time.
Well, I can't lie, I did.
I mean, I'm not sure if you got drunk or high at the same time when you was out there because it was out there. I had my daughter out there. You know what I mean? And it was crazy because we was everywhere we went. They were like,
They closed. So I work right on Broad and Fairmount,
Right.
Golden Ridge.
Right.
They closed it down for the day. I just parked in our parking lot and took the walk.
Yeah. Why not? It was a great walk.
Yeah.
I mean, the field was beautiful, man. It was really like you can't say nothing else. It was a
It was
beautiful
good to
thing.
see all my friends excited.
Absolutely. So, I mean, getting back to like the preseason stuff, I know Doug Peterson has come out to the media and there's been some, I think, behind the scenes footage that you can see that he's preached to the players that, you have to get over this. We're on to next year. It's time to get going. But I think with such veteran leadership, I think they're going to turn it on. And I think they're really waiting for Carson to come back to rally around their leader.
Okay.
Because I think until he takes the field, it's just going to be not going through the motions, but kind of like almost hyping yourself up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because they did get better. Like that's the funny thing. Like they got better across the board. You got Sproles coming back. You got Hicks coming back.
He's not back yet, is he? Though, Sproles?
He's back. No, he's practiced. He's
no preseason though, right?
None of them boys
Okay.
might play. I mean, so the third preseason game is quote unquote the dress game. They call it when all the starters kind of play for the first half.
Mm-hmm.
I doubt you see Wentz. You might see Peters for a quarter. You might see Sproles in there every once in a while on some, in his little not gadget plays, but his packages.
Mm-hmm.
But like, they're going to play the whole first half. I doubt it.
Mm-hmm.
I seriously doubt it. You're going to want them boys ready
Right.
for the season kickoff against the Atlanta Falcons. By the way, that's going to be a tough game.
Is it home or away?
It's home. No, is it home or is it away? I gotta check that out. I don't know. I think it's away. But yeah, so that's going to be a tough game. And I think, and there's obviously some questions that we still have. So there's, your third or fourth, however you want to call it, your running backs. What is going to be the Eagles linebacker starters? Our nickel corner is going to be Sidney Jones. Or is going to be somebody else. And there's some depth questions behind, Malcolm Jenkins and Cloud.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, there's some still question marks going in. Into the season. And I just think that, right now we are the defending champs. So, I mean, we can take our time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I didn't know you were Oakland Raiders fan. So what's up with the Raiders?
We'll be all right. New coach, added new receiver to the lineup.
Oh, Jordy?
Uh-huh.
You like that move?
I do. I'm upset that we had to lose Crabtree. Same time, I am.
I didn't follow that. Why did he leave? Like, what was it? Money?
I honestly got the alert one day through my phone.
Right.
I never even looked into it.
Yeah.
I was upset because he had an alright year last year.
No, he did.
I think Marshawn's going to have a way better year this year. I think. Preseason, but his first carry took it to the house last week. Week 1. They called it back.
How long was it?
It was like 60-something.
He still got wheels. Like that?
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I thought the safety was going to get him, and he outran the safety.
Really?
But they called it back.
He must have been tired.
Somebody, not even nothing to do with the play, the block in the back. But
yeah,
I think we're gonna be all right, man. I still hate our secondary. Though. I hate our secondary.
What was it? So no, what was the high pick? It was like 2 years ago, but he seems like he's a bust. He's a corner.
Yeah, but he still ain't.
Like he had like a chest surgery or something like that. I forget his name.
Waste.
Yeah,
waste. I don't know what Mac's doing. Mac still ain't out there yet. Hello, Mac.
Oh, he's trying to get paid, brother.
I don't know why they won't pay him. I don't understand.
This is the league, man. That's the one thing about football, man. These boys need to get paid.
Yeah.
And they get because they're getting beat up. You know what I mean? And like their shelf life is like people don't understand. Like, all right, so when you get into the league, you're probably somewhere between like 20 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time you're 30, you're a 10-year vet. You're old in the league. So if you think about it, if you're not like some type of veteran or like a quarterback, but like, receivers kind of last long because they don't take really big hits.
Right.
But you only at your, they say the shelf life of an NFL player is 3 years. It means you have a 3-year prime window.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So if you think about you can talk about all the greats receivers, but like the Willie Sneads,
mm-hmm.
you know what I mean?
Real quick,
Yeah, it's
real
quick. It's
Yeah,
quick. You
real
get
quick.
that little shot, and you need to get paid when you get it.
Right.
And it's just like the situation with Le'Veon Bell. He's been outperforming his contract for years. You know what I mean? And he should be getting paid, but they're not going to pay him because he's 29. He's 29 years old.
Right.
He's 29, bro. Like I'm 35. You know what I'm saying? And he's 29, and it's all about that you're too old, to give him that type of contract. Because we all know Gurley just got paid, and I didn't know Gurley was so young. Gurley's only 23, 24 years old, which is crazy to me. He deserved it. He deserved it. So, you know what I mean? But I'll tell you what, man, if getting back onto this Eagles rap, if Buffalo calls us talking about we give you a first round for Nick Foles, you can sign me up for that, buddy.
Are you all for that?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Nick Foles is my man. Like, and I'm not even going to hate on Foles. Like, but he's not in the regular season. 500 at best is his record. You know what I mean? Like 5 as a starter, maybe a couple games over 500. Maybe like he's maybe been like 17 or 18 and 15. You know what I mean? So if somebody come dangling for Foles,
but wouldn't they have already came though?
Well,
okay.
At the point, but it was great. It was warranted. The man just had a magical run in the playoffs. He was this Super Bowl MVP, and he beat the GOAT.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He went shot for shot with Brady in that Super Bowl. And people forget in that Super Bowl there was only one turnover, and that was the Brandon Graham strip sack.
Oh, that's it.
I think it was only one turnover. Foles might.
I think you're right.
And if Foles had a pick, it was a tip pass. It wasn't like a clear interception, but I'm almost remember what was it like? It was 41-33.
That play was clutch. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, that was the final. So there was one punt, one or two punts. It was crazy. You know what I mean? So I don't want to doubt my man. You know what I mean? Because it's his regular season record. I don't, and I've been scorned because I
got a call.
Oh.
You live on the round table. Talk to us.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
What's going on, my brother? Hey, nothing, man. What's going on, man?
Podcast show, man. What's up with you, man?
We're talking sports tonight with my man Nate from the Money Pie Podcast.
What's going on, bro?
What's up, man? Y'all got a new night, man? I thought y'all was Wednesday night, man.
We are, but we came in tonight for my man. He has a show, so we got him on the air tonight.
Yeah, bro.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So y'all talking sports tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, man. We talking birds. We talking bags.
He a Patriots fan.
Oh, he's a Patriots fan.
He's a Patriots fan.
Oh, man.
My boy Tom Brady came up the other night and put the whole league on notice.
What do you do?
You know what I mean?
You talking about
It's looking
preseason?
like a 15-1 season, man.
You talking about preseason, bro?
I mean, you only gonna practice how you play, and you came out and played like a champion.
When did they win?
You said, when did we win? No, we didn't win last year. We
Oh, okay.
5 pounds prior to last year.
Oh, yeah, that's real. I'm not discrediting the GOAT. I mean, I personally think he's a great.
It sounds like a little bit of sarcasm. You know what I mean? Y'all guys work out one ring in 85 years. Y'all going nuts. Like,
but you just said,
chill, man.
No, it's no chill. It's never no chill in the city, bro. Come on, man. We're going to enjoy this. We're going to enjoy every minute of it. You're going to hear about it. You're going to hear about it all day, B.
That's the mentality of a team that don't win. You know what I mean? Like,
but it's
over now.
But it's been well documented that we won. But until somebody beats us, until there's a new crown champion, absolutely. There's no doubt in my mind. You know what I mean? I mean, y'all gonna be okay because y'all still got time. Oh, we were not giving it away.
The difference between a one hot song and an elongated career is how you re-up. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, we read up, G. Don't worry about that. The Eagles got back.
So we'll see if y'all was flashing the pan or whether y'all got what it takes. The NFC not so sweet this season.
Who you got better than the Eagles?
Who I got better than the Eagles in the NFC?
Yes, sir.
I won't say necessarily better than the Eagles, but I'll say this year coming in, the Eagles aren't the head over shoulders clear favorite.
So
This year coming in, I mean, Minnesota, all they went and did was get a 4,000-yard QB to come in there and play with all the talent they had. The bum QB from last year.
let me
You
ask
know what I mean?
you think they're gonna go 13-3 again? I don't know about that.
Who, Minnesota, can they go 13-3 again?
Yeah, I don't see them going 13-3.
I mean, I think so. I think it's possible. Ain't nothing changed with that defense. That's the same defense.
The quarterback is a big change. The
You know what I
quarterback.
mean? The Rams didn't do nothing to bolster that defense.
Now, I agree with you. The Rams are scary, but I don't believe in golf. So this
You know what I mean?
this is my thing, bro. When I look at teams, especially when I bet, the first thing I look at is who is the quarterback. What kind of quarterback do you have? Because defense is only going to take you so far. Like people say, you win with defense. You know, they talk about Tampa Bay. They talking about the Ravens, but we talking about Hall of Fame defenses that actually did that. That's a flash in the pan. But if you look at consistency, if you look over the last 10 years, there's been a top quarterback who's won the Super Bowl almost every year, and obviously Tom's got 5 of them. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at that, you have to go with the quarterback play. Who's going to get it done when it's needed? Who's going to move the chains when you need it the most? And to me, golf is still the question mark. Like he had.
I don't think golf is a question mark. I think who's the coach over there? McVay, right? What's his name?
Yeah,
Sean
McVay.
Yeah, I think that the best thing they did for golf was get an offensive-minded coach and then bring in a defensive coordinator. So with them adding Dominican too, and Akeem Saeed and Marcus Peters, you know what I'm saying? I think that they just stepped that pass rush up and got the corners to come out there and play. And you know, all Jared Goff really got to do is hand the ball off 20 times and complete 15 passes, and that's 11 games. That's 11 wins.
That's hard. That's harder to do than you know. What I mean, just saying they got. When I came in here, I think I was looking at. I believe they have a top. I think their 7th toughest schedule. So at the end of the day, you're right. Right, just to get by with that type of caliber defense, that's all they need to do. But sooner or later, golf is going to have to win a game. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I think it's possible. I don't think that golf lost them the game last season.
No, he
I
didn't.
I feel like golf did enough to win. I feel like the defense game had some mental breakdowns in the big game because they young guys.
No. Yeah, no, I completely agree with you, but at the same time, like he's got to do enough to win the game. Sooner or later, the quarterback play is going to show up, and unless we think that defense over there is going to be a Hall of Fame defense, it still comes on golf's shoulders. That's just the name in the NFL. That's why the quarterback gets paid the way they get paid. They're the most important position on the field.
I'm gonna be honest with you. This is what I think about that defense. If the Rams had Case Keenum this season, they'd still win 11 games.
I don't think Case going to do anything ever.
And so, with that said, you got Jared Goff. I just think that Jared Goff is talented enough to win. If the Rams win less than 13 games this season, I mean, I'm really looking at coaching. I'm really looking at how did you get all these players and not make it pan out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, I think honestly, I think that Dallas is kind of retooling.
Yo, cut him
I think.
What do you say?
Cut him off. That's it. Hit the bigger button. Next caller. Next caller. Yo, I can't hit the button from here. Next caller. Next caller. Next. Go ahead. You good? Go ahead.
Stay tuned to it.
Hit the button. Did you hit? Hit the button. Did you hit the button? What you doing? Hit the red hang up button. What you doing? We got the next caller coming up.
Well, while we hanging up on me,
You just said, man, hang up. I'm not having this conversation, man, with Dallas.
Y'all won't sweep Dallas this year.
Come on. Just hang up the puck, man. I got nothing to say to this man anymore. I appreciate your call, bro, man. Come check me out, man. I'm on my show, www.moneypoppodcast. We on the Grand, we everywhere, man. Check me out, man. We talk.
I don't got y'all sweeping the Giants this year.
I got nothing to say, bro. I'm being dead.
Yeah, like for real, y'all might only win 10 games this year, man.
Cool.
Stay listening, Ish.
What you say?
I said stay watching the live. He said he has nothing to say about those comments. Allah, we're back.
Yeah, man. I got nothing to say. Once he's talking about Dallas, man. Come on, man. I'm tired of these people talking about Dallas, man. Dak Prescott, man. They're gonna get exposed, man. They're gonna try to run Zeke down.
It's done deal for them.
It's a done deal.
What about the Giants and Barkley?
So the funny thing about Barkley, man, once we get into our fantasy talk a little bit, I actually have him on my dislike list. He's getting drafted way too high. If you guys do a lot of mock drafts, or if you haven't even done your draft, he's like the 5th or 6th pick
Off the board.
I
I got my first draft tomorrow,
You got your first draft tomorrow,
and then another one Sunday.
All right, we'll get into some draft talk.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But
Just grab my pen for that.
Yeah, just a. I'm not a big fan. And he got a hamstring injury.
Yeah, I read that.
Yeah, he got a hamstring injury, so that's not. You know what I mean? That's not my. I'm not on the Barkley train. It's just because a lot of people, because he's going to get so much volume, because he's the clear cut starter,
Yeah.
and he's so dynamic. Like that, I know the talent is there, but from that hamstring injury could be brutal, and he's going way too high over players that are proven. You know what I mean? Like he's going way over like Fournette. And Fournette
Is he?
Yeah, Fournette ain't even a top 10.
Wow.
And people are sleeping. Like I'm like, yo, y'all bugging. Oh yeah, and I'm looking at the Eagles schedule right now. So that Falcons game is in Philly. It's a Thursday game.
Ooh.
So my man was talking about, and it's a great segue, talking about how the Eagles might not win 10 games. Okay. So I'm looking at the schedule right now. And this is just looking at it. We don't know if injury is going to happen. We don't know how the team's going to come together, who's going to start off. There's always a team that starts off hot and then cools off later, and then vice versa. A team that starts off cold and comes on strong. There's always like that. So you got your pen and paper down. So I'm looking at it just clear view. Eagles and Falcons. I'm gonna say that. So it's counted if Wentz plays.
Okay.
I'm saying Wentz doesn't play. I'm saying he gets a loss.
Y'all lose. Okay.
Y'all lose.
Week 2.
Week 2 is the Bucks. That's a win.
It should be. I agree.
The Colts, a win.
Okay.
The Titans, a win.
Okay.
The Vikings.
Where's it at? Where they playing at?
Here.
What you think? With no. Well, they say Wentz come back. What, week 4? They hoping?
They don't know. I just don't. I don't think Wentz plays. Like maybe the week. I think he comes back week 3.
Okay.
But he might play week 1. They might, because I don't think Foles gonna be able to go.
Oh, he really hurt.
I mean, he's still throwing shoulder. Okay. You know what I mean? So he's 2 weeks away. He ain't gonna be able to, bomb it. So the Vikings. I say that's I'm gonna say that's a win.
Sound like you wanted to give it a loss. It sounded like.
Well, I thought about it, but I think we're gonna be so hyped for that game because we love doing that skull chant with Foles. So, but the first against the Giants, next game is Giants. I think that's a loss. Panthers is a win. Against the Jags, a loss.
Panthers win. Jags what? Loss.
Okay. Cowboys win.
Boys win.
The Saints loss.
Okay.
The Giants win.
Okay.
The Redskins win.
The
Cowboys again win.
So y'all sweeping the boys.
We're sweeping the boys.
Okay.
The Rams lost.
Uh-huh.
The Texans is a loss,
Oh,
and I think the
that's
Reds.
5 losses right there you gave me.
Yeah, and I think the Redskins are the last game. Redskins are winning.
So it's another loss for y'all. Okay.
So what's that? 11,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 losses.
6 losses. So that's 10-6.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there's a couple swing games, man.
Oh no, that's 7 losses. I didn't see the Falcons up top. That's 7 losses.
That's 7 losses.
7 losses. 8 wins.
8-7.
Yeah.
That's what I got.
Yeah.
What was my score? That was the Falcons.
Falcons lost, Giants lost, Jags lost, Saints lost, Rams lost, Texans and Skins. The last 3 games all losses.
No. The Rams was a loss. That's at the last game with the Redskins was a win.
Okay. Okay. All right. My fault. So like you said, 10.
Actually, you know what? That Titans game is going to be a win because that's here.
Oh, you said win. Titan.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So the two last games will be a win. The Rams is going to be a loss.
Okay. Texans is the win. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Texans is a win.
Okay. So y'all sweeping the Skins as well.
Yeah. I think we split the Giants.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, that's just looking at it from here, from right now. There's going to be a couple of swing games, though. That Jags game is going to be tough, I think. And playing in New Orleans is always tough. And then playing at the Rams is tough. It's going to be tough. But I like the Texans coming here in the cool weather. That's 2 days before Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
I think we beat the Panthers
Where's that game being played at?
here.
Okay.
The Vikings. So I mean, and every year there's always a surprise loss. And I mean, I think I gave us the Titans, right?
Yep. Titans, you win.
Titans win.
You win. Eagles win.
Eagles win. There's always one loss in there that you should have won that you lose.
Yeah, the Skins usually get y'all one, don't they?
Every once in a while. I think that even though they signed AP, I think this.
Oh, I missed that today. They did something.
Yeah, they did sign AP. I think it's gonna be a tough. I think it's gonna be tough to grow for the Skins. They're gonna have to throw to win games. And I don't know if Alex Smith can throw for over 4,000 yards. Like, probably is good. I'm not sure what his stat is.
Well, Mr. Hold on. They got Alex Smith now.
Yeah, Alex Smith's on the Redskins.
So who's starting now for the Chiefs? Mahomes?
Mahomes, yeah.
When did this happen?
Oh, you gotta listen to the show.
Wow, I fell off. I missed all that.
Yeah, you talking about you. Fantasy.
I missed that.
It's
Oh.
been like that. Yeah, Mahomes has been like a riser in the fantasy world.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people like Mahomes, but
What do you think?
I think he's gonna be hit and miss. He's a boomer bust. He's got a big arm though.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was crazy. Like in the preseason game, they did a prevent defense where they dropped probably like 7 corners,
Is that when Tyreek Hill caught it behind him?
and he was past 3 of them, and it was like a 50-yard, 60-yard bomb.
Uh-huh.
Like it was crazy. So that's the potential you see. But then he had a couple bad throws. He's a young quarterback. But then what people need to understand, Andy is a quarterback guru.
Mm-hmm.
Like Andy's going to make sure that he's right. It might take him a year or 2,
Mm-hmm.
but he's going to learn and know how to play the quarterback position under Andy. You know what I mean? So before we get into fantasy, we got to talk about these bets, man, because that's one of the main things what I do. So the best way I explain betting is I compare betting to the stock market.
Okay.
Okay. You have to study the market, understand the market,
Mm-hmm.
the trends of the market, everything that you typically do to prepare yourself to buy stocks or look at the stock market is what you typically have to do when you bet.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's trends in the market. It goes up and down, up and down. You typically in stock markets, it's like small little gains,
Mm-hmm.
and it's counting how aggressive you bet. You can do small interval of bets, or you can go with bigger bets. I personally am so there's parlays and there's teasers. People use a parlay is when you bet against or with the spread as multiple teams,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to hit those spreads. Teaser is when you change the actual game line. So a teaser is when you actually add. Usually, it's kind of what casino or wherever you go. It's either +6 or +6.5 points, which is usually good in your favor, but your odds go dramatically down. But it's a good thing because sometimes, like the Eagles can be +6 against Dallas. You do a 2-team teaser, and it's just the Eagles just need to win the game. You know what I mean? Which is good. So I typically only do, if I do a teaser, it's only a 2-team teaser. And
You don't do the big 10-point joint?
I don't, man. Like people, like
My homies do those.
Yeah, you know
the
in the
big
city,
one.
man. The poppy stores be everywhere. So people be loading up with like 7, 5 teams, putting like a little like $20 in it, but it's $20 and like $1,000 or something like that. But if you talk to those people who do that, how many times have they hit that? Right? You always know somebody who hit big, but how consistent.
Right.
The point is being consistent in the betting game. And that's what I try to just advise people on how to do. Because last year I had an off year. A professional gambler, your percentage and your winning percentage, a good year is like 57, 58%.
Okay.
Which doesn't seem like too high. But that's what you consider a really good year for a professional gambler. Last year I was probably about 50.
Okay.
The year before that, though, I was killing it. I was like 59, almost 60%.
Okay.
So I had a very good year, off year. You know, man, just like I told you how the pendulum goes back and forth, up and down. I'm coming back strong this year.
Okay.
I feel good. I feel good about this year. I feel good about my reads. We got the show when we want. I'm going to be in my zone once the season kicks off. Now the season always starts off slow because I tell everybody when you look at to bet, when you look at the weeks to bet, there's always a winner. There's always a guaranteed winner. There's no doubt in my mind. It's just you have to find it, and you have to know how to find it. And that's what I was telling the caller before. The first thing I look at when I look at betting is quarterback play. What's the quarterback matchup? And that's key to understand the game flow. Now, I played football, so I kind of understand how game flow works. So a lot of these people that'll be on ESPN or they'll be on like Rada World or whatever other website that you go look for gambling. I think RJ Bell, like a lot of these podcasts that do it. All these guys are like analysts, right? And the thing that I try to tell people is I play the game. I have friends I have friends of friends who are in the NFL. I have circles in that. Now, other people might as well, but they don't relate to them because they don't play the game. You know what I'm saying? And that's why it's always funny to hear all these people talk about football and analysts and numbers where they never played the game. So I give that perspective so I understand how game kind of flows when kind of certain things happen. On my show, I've made numerous calls where I've made calls of what the first play of the game is going to be in a game I have a sense of it and hit it right on the money about, what was going to happen. So, look at it like that. Now, a lot of people are going to say like gambling's a risk and stuff like that. Stock market's a risk too. Right?
It is.
You can lose. I mean, I get this argument with my man all the time because you technically can't go broke in the stock market. You will always have like a penny left.
Right.
So you technically have some equity or some type of money in the stock market. But brother, if you had 10 grand, 20 grand, 100 grand in there, and you're a penny, you broke.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it might be a slow broke, it might be a fast broke. You still broke. You still broke.
Now, ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
So, obviously, you bet as well.
Yes, sir.
So let me ask you this: a lot of people say, should you start off with a certain bankroll? Like, would you advise somebody to say who wants to get in it new? They want to come on as a client, come in with 5 grand, 10 grand.
Right.
Would you recommend somebody come in with
Oh
some
yeah,
kind
absolutely.
of bankroll?
So you gotta understand when you bet, you're gonna lose, right? There's no doubt about it. You're going to lose money, so you have to be able to handle those swings. So I would never tell anybody to play with house money. You know what I mean? Don't play with mortgage money. Don't play with bill money. Have some type of side money available so you can handle the up and down swings. The point of doing it is to bet and win obviously more than you lose. Stay ahead. Because if I'm hitting at 57, 58%, that means for every call that I make, I have an 8% edge of betting on like 50-50 balls. You know what I mean? That every percent counts. People don't think it's a lot, like, oh, you're really not hitting that much. You're only doing like 57, 58%. But when that adds up in terms of profits, you know what I mean, you're in the positive. Regardless if it's 5, 10, 100, you're not losing. You're gaining more than you're losing. So yeah, definitely. If you got a good, I think a good for a casual bettor who's going to bet every week, for a bettor who's going to be around just for the fun of it and just kind of want to pick it up, kind of take it a little bit seriously. I mean, easily, I would think a starting would be like at least $1 grand.
Okay.
At least $1 grand. Because I tell people to bet single games. I don't tell them to do the big parlays.
I'm about to ask my next question.
Yeah, like you want to pick your best game, your best lot, and you want to let it ride. You do not want to do these 5 to 4 team teasers because what's going to happen is you're going to hit 3, and some bullshit is going to happen on 1 where they should have won. There was a turnover, some fluky play where like Brian Westbrook runs to the goal line and he falls down and they don't cover the spread, or they miss an extra point and they don't cover the spread because of the hook. You know, there's been plenty of times where it's just like it's killers. Like it's just like you're watching the game. Oh man, I just hit for like, you know, I bet $100 and I'm about to take home this $1,000. All I gotta do is hit this extra point block. Like, yo, you serious?
You sick.
You know what I'm saying? So pick a game and just ride with it, and then let it roll. Right? That's the beauty about the game. You don't have to wait to watch 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Boom.
Have that one game.
Yeah, $100, right? I bet $100. Boom, I hit. Eagles win against the Falcons. 4 o'clock game. I bet it again. Bet that too. Boom, hit whatever. Now I got 400. Now do I want to let it ride? You know what I mean? Into the night game, or do I want to wait for Monday night? I don't like betting Thursday night games.
Okay.
I'm not.
Why is that?
Because Thursday night games, you have least time to prepare. So think about it. If I'm the Eagles, right, and say I play, I play Oakland, right? So I have to fly out to Oakland, which is probably a good, what's that, 8, 9 hour, 7 hour trip. 6.
Oh, yeah, almost 6. Yeah,
6, 7 hour trip, and then we have the game Sunday. I'm on the plane that day, on that night, or I'm flying out Monday morning, and then I only have like 2 days to prepare for a Thursday night game. So I'm hurt, I'm injured, I got nags.
Right.
If we're deep mid-season, like I stay away from Thursday night games.
Okay.
I mean, now this one coming up with the Eagles and the Falcons will be different, just because it's the opener.
Right. Preseason. Right.
They ain't playing nobody. But any other games, and then another key thing when you bet, that travel is for real. Like don't sleep on that travel. Like that East to West Coast trip, like that's a tough ride. You know what I'm saying? Cold
Time
weather.
zones.
Like, and that's what I mean by studying and understanding the market. Like it's just not about X's and O's. It's about, like you said, like it's coaching strategies. Like Gruden. Like Gruden is an old school smash mouth football player, right? So, you gotta suspect Lynch is probably gonna get the ball like 15 to 20 times.
Easy.
You know what I'm saying? Easily. They're gonna run him down. You know what I mean? So you have to understand that in like strategies.
Right. It's time to get back.
Right. Exactly. So, I mean, it's just a lot. And like I said, that travel thing, people overlook that. Like that, like the Jags are undefeated in London. And a lot of people don't know
They
that.
are.
They're undefeated in London.
Why is that?
Because they've been to London like 3 or 4 times. They understand that travel. A lot of teams that go over there, it's the first time a lot of those players been in London. They go sightseeing. Then their mind's not on the game. And the next thing on this game, it's a dud. and they're done. And they get murdered.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so, like, you have, like, people need to understand, like, some of that stuff. Like, even with the Eagles traveling to the Rams in LA, they play LA in LA. It's gonna be a tough game because you're going from east to west, and it's kind of with injuries and stuff. So it's you know what I mean? Like, you have to look at almost everything that you can to make the best possible pick when you're picking, you know, when you're betting.
Okay. Do you are you just NFL or college as well?
So I got my man. Shout out my man Brent. We got another guy who actually comes on the show sometimes and does college. I'm not a college. It's funny. I play college ball, but I don't watch college football. That's the funny thing. I'm getting into it. I typically bet big spreads, big favorites. You know, like, you know, when Bama's favored by like 30.
You take them or don't take them?
Oh, I take them. You know what I mean? Like those, especially those openers when they're favored by like 35 or like 40, and they cover. They cover by halftime. My co-host is more into college too. So those two kind of like they used to talk. A lot of people like college because they feel like college is easy.
Yeah, my homies love it.
Yeah,
I got two homies that live and die out of college.
Yeah, so I would, you know, I mean, make sure you pass on the show to them, man.
Will do.
I'll hook them up with my guys, man. They do college well. I like to navigate it and just listen to them and learn. I mean, because it's all about learning. Like, we all need to learn from each other and what works. But yeah, I'm not a big college fan. I actually killed in baseball this year.
I was about to say, I got a parlay going tonight.
Yeah, who you got?
My god brother, he put it in for me.
Yeah, you gotta tell me.
He does what you do, so I just ride with him.
When you say he does what I do,
the whole picks and all.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
Okay. So with baseball,
I got Milwaukee Brewers,
who they facing?
the Ravens, and the Astros. I didn't even look at it. I just.
Oh, you took football. You took preseason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't bet preseason. Yeah, I'll stay away from that. I don't mess with that.
He gave me the Jets last week covered.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I said, I don't do it. I just go off what he said.
Yeah.
The preseason, I can't do preseason.
Yeah, I can't
think about it. I ain't getting a headache.
Yeah, I feel it. No, I'm not a preseason guy either. God bless you. Preseason. I'm good on that. Now, Milwaukee's been a good team. The thing about baseball, I always look at pitching. Mm-hmm. That's my thing.
First thing I look at
it's pitching. Who's
I taught myself baseball.
Yeah, but I mean, I've had some big scores. I had a week when I hit like 2,500. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, I just let it build and just roll. I got hot. Like, my biggest score in a day was probably like 1,500. Okay. You know what I mean? So,
off of single games?
No, I didn't bet a grand a game. Like, I would start off like I would bet 200. And I was like, all right. And then I would bet the next game like 350.
Okay.
And then hit that. And then I would think like, oh, I'm getting hot. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm heating up. And then I would bet another game. I would stay modest though. I would stay humble. I would bet another 4 because I wanted to keep the profits rolling. Right. I would hit that. And once I hit 3 games in a row, like, I know I'm hot. Mm-hmm. So next game I'm pushing. I'm going 800, 700. You know what I mean? The biggest bet I ever put on a game this year was probably a rack. Now,
are you online guy or Poppy store guy? Or now we have Delaware down the street.
Right, and I'm glad you said it.
I've been there already.
How you like it?
It was cool when I went because it was baseball. Drive? Worth it. It's baseball, and not too many people bet baseball around here. But when it's football, it's going to be bananas.
Yeah, so, and that's the key thing. I do want to make that announcement. So, for the first opening day for football, that Sunday, I'm going to be out there giving out free bets.
Are you?
Yes, sir.
Ooh, okay.
I'm going to be out there first day. Hopefully get up there probably around like 10, 11 o'clock, do my research, get my things together. And then when I see somebody out there betting, I'm going to drop a card, with the Money Pot logo, the address, all the tags and everything, and give them free bet.
Really?
That's what we do, man. We're giving out free money to the community, man. Okay. You know what I mean? We hopefully I hit.
Right. So they give you a call.
Yeah. Hopefully I hit.
Uh-huh.
But we gonna be out there just giving out this free bets and free advice, man. Because you know the thing about me, man, I want people to win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not up here to try to like say I know all this and all that because I do lose. But you know what I mean? I want people to win. You know what I mean? Because if you ride with me, what I'm telling you is what I'm betting.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if I'm hitting, then you're hitting. You know what I mean? So if you want to ride with me, man, and get a little bit of extra cash, little bit of funds, man, let's do it, man. Let's do it. But Delaware's cool, man.
Okay, I was like, you didn't. So you Poppy store online guy or what?
So right now, I'm more of an online guy as of right now.
What site, if you can say, what site you use? Or you
Can't say that.
okay? Online, okay.
Yeah, on online. And it's just easier. It's convenient. Everything's so mobile now.
Tell me offline.
Yeah, on the phone. You know what I mean? It's just so easy to do it like that. So you know what I mean. So let's get into some fantasy, man. 101, man. We did the bets. We did the Eagles. I kind of botched on that record.
Yeah.
My man said 10 wins. I don't even think I gave us 10 wins. Jeez. You know what I mean? But we gonna be all right, man. Honestly, I think we do get 11, 12. There's a couple games in there, but I'm just going off the strength. Like it's gonna be swing games. Now, like a lot of people don't think we're gonna beat Atlanta just because if Wentz comes and plays you coming in cold. So it could be a tough game. I typically don't bet against the Eagles though. You know what I mean?
I never bet Eagles with or without because I always lose. I'm like 100% losing when I bet with or without.
There's always that one team that you just murders you.
Eagles in football and the Nationals in baseball for me.
Yeah, I studied I know about the Nationals.
I lose so much on it because I always think maybe this is it.
Maybe. Yeah, man. I feel you. Crimshaw killed me a couple times this year. Not Crimshaw, Kershaw. I'm sorry, Dodgers. He killed me a couple times. But so you already said that you have a draft coming up. So let's talk
tomorrow.
About it. Yeah.
And my Cigar Mojo. Shout out to Cigar Mojo. I took second last year.
You took second last year, so you went home with cash.
Yeah.
My man. How much was it buying?
I think it's 150. It ain't too much. Like I think it's like 150. But I came out of nowhere though. Like I was like outside the playoffs in like the last 4 weeks. We just started going in.
That's how it be.
And snuck up all the way up to the
That's how it be. There's always, like I said, there's always late bloomers. The last like 5 or 6 games, you'll have like players that are like top 10 in fantasy. You know what I mean? That's what you need. That's what you need to look at. That's when you need to look at schedule. So how I look at fantasy is the first thing let's first. I don't know whoever's listening if they even know fantasy football. So let's just talk a little bit now.
Okay.
So we have PPR, which is points per reception.
We're changing to that. We weren't that the last 2 years, but now we're on
that. Changes completely how you draft. Okay. Standard league is what most people know. It's just standard, run in the mill fantasy football league with touchdowns and sometimes 4 or sometimes 6 points. It's just counting, on the commissioner or how he sets it up. But then we have something called a sleeper, which is a player that is getting drafted. So when they say ADP, that means average draft position.
Right.
So a sleeper is just a player who's getting drafted late that's going to perform at a top tier round.
Okay.
So say I draft last year, someone last year, like Thielen, like Aguilar didn't even get drafted, and he exploded.
He didn't.
They're
probably not because the year before he didn't do so.
Yeah. So Aguilar, you know what I mean? But I think he had like 8 touchdowns or something.
Okay.
Touchdowns, and he exploded. So players like that, those are what you consider your college sleepers. Then you have your bust players that are drafted very high, top 10, and they don't perform at all. Not even close.
So who was that last year?
Who was a big bust last year? I'm trying to think who was a big bust last year. I think Lynch was a big bust last year.
Oh yeah, he was. Thanks a lot, my guy. Yeah. I had him, so I know.
Lynch went, I think, like round 3, 4, and he was a bust. So you got your sleeper, you got your bust, and then you have your breakout. Somebody who's like Carlton Wentz had a breakout, but he just exploded. You know he's a good player, but you don't know that he's going to perform at the tier that he does before. And then you got to think about injuries. So like Rodgers was a bust because he got an injury.
Yeah, yeah, I heard.
You know what I mean? So like Jimmy Graham, he's been a bust for a couple of years. You know what I mean? Because he just goes so high because they remember Jimmy
What he
Graham from
did.
New Orleans,
Right.
and they think he's going to get that magic sooner or later. Even like I like Jimmy Graham this year, by the way. So those are just some type of terminologies that people should just understand when we talk fantasy. So then you have your actual draft position. So if you have a 10-man league, so most of the times you're either going to draft early or late. Sometimes you get middle. I personally like to draft late.
My one Sunday, I'm 12.
So when's your
So
you're
tomorrow
12.
we don't do the draft order till tomorrow. But my one
Right.
Sunday, I'm 12 out of 12 in the
Right.
last pick.
So I don't mind that because you get a
Double up.
back-to-back.
Uh-huh.
Right. So you can double up. So my thing is this: I like to draft running backs. I've been a big stickler for running backs for years, and I like to double up on running backs. So like if I was you drafting 12,
Running back.
I'm going running back. I'm not going running back receiver. I'm going running
What
back.
you got right now? Anybody give me any help?
Who's going to be there at 12? It's all how it falls, man. Because it's so. These are the top picks usually. You got usually it's probably Todd Gurley's gonna be number one. Then you got Le'Veon, and then you got David Johnson. Those are usually your top 3 picks.
Yeah.
And then it's who is drafting for. Are they going to do like AD? Right. I mean, I know he's a little banged up, but he's been so consistent for years. Then you have your Julio.
You got your Odell.
Odell hasn't been going that high just because he's hurt.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, he's still going in the top 10, but he would probably go like around usually like 5, like right behind Julio. Like it's always a toss up between Julio and Odell. You know what I mean? But Barkley's been going high. Barkley's been going in the top 7 easy. You know what I mean? So
that's 6 right there.
Yeah. So then you got those guys, and then you know who else has been going? Kamara from New Orleans.
Oh, second year.
Yeah, he's been high. I wouldn't draft him that high. If he's there at 12, you gotta
get him.
You grab him. I doubt he drops to you at 12. He won't get. If it's a PPR league,
it is. That one is.
He won't drop to 12. He won't drop to 12. Trying to think who else. Let me bring up the jump real quick.
Yeah, tomorrow at 6 and Sunday at 3.
Where are you doing it at?
Tomorrow at Cigar Mojo, and then Sunday is at my cousin's house.
That's cool.
Then I got one Sunday before football start at the new Green Turtle, East Norton sports bar.
Yeah, I've been to one out like 309.
Okay.
It was okay.
I went to the one out here Saturday. It was all right. I like the way the menu set up. People I went with didn't like it because there's no prices in the menu.
Okay.
Nothing's priced, so you don't know what it is.
Right.
That was different. Food was all right. It was all right.
Food was all right. Yeah. That's always tough. I got it. So y'all doing the draft like the actual like it's at the bar, right?
Yeah.
Like they have things like already set up for you.
Yeah.
That's dope. Are y'all doing like somebody's going to like be announcing it or anything like that?
So my guy Rob, he comes with the whole laptop, puts it on the TV, the whole 9. Like the first 10 minutes, we go over any rule changes, all that stuff, voting stuff on, all that. That's the barbershop booth. That buy is $200.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, that's a husky buy.
What was how did it play out for top 3?
Top 2.
Top 2? I like it even more.
Top 2. They got weekly winners, high score,
that's all,
division. Yeah.
All right, here we go. So this is I'm just looking at a quick. I forgot about Zeke. That's right. That was the other guy.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a quick like mock draft that's on ESPN. This is how I went. I went Gurley, Bell, David Johnson, AB,
Mm-hmm.
Zeke,
Mm-hmm.
DeAndre Hopkins,
Oh, how do you feel about him?
Alvin Kamara,
Uh-huh.
and then Barkley went 8,
Uh-huh.
Julio,
Ooh.
and then Kareem Hunt. This is just a 10-man league.
Okay.
So at the end here, you got Dalvin Cook who went 11. So this is going to be. I think this is when your options are going to go. I think you'll have Hunt there.
Mm-hmm.
I think Beckham goes before Hunt.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
Especially the people I know I'm drafting with. Yeah.
yeah. I think he goes. So I think Hunt will be there. Obviously, Dalvin Cook will be there. Michael Thomas will be there. Melvin Gordon, Fournette. I'm a big Christian McCaffrey fan this year. I wouldn't.
I had him last year.
I'm not sure. Here's the tricky thing about drafting late. You get the double draft,
You gotta wait again.
but you have to wait a long time
To go again.
to go again. So you got to make sure that you get your guys that you're keying in on at the end. So if you really like McCaffrey, if you really like Christian McCaffrey,
You gotta get him.
You got to get him. He ain't gonna be
Not
there.
gonna be there,
Once you come back around. So looking at what you got, who's gonna be there? Man, that's the. I mean, that's tough. But I mean, a Kareem Hunt, Dalvin Cook combo, solid.
You
Or
think Cook gonna be good coming back from the injury?
yeah, I think he got hurt like the first game. He had a whole year.
Yeah.
He's not even wearing a brace.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I don't know how smart that is, but I think they have confidence that his knee's strong enough to go without the brace.
So Hunt Cook back to back, maybe.
Hunt, I mean, I think in that range, I think you really have to think about Hunt, Cook. I think Fournette and McCaffrey will all be there. Mm-hmm. So will Gordon, Melvin Gordon.
That's my somebody I always like.
Yeah, like I think out of those 4 or 5 running backs, you really just pick your points and you roll dice. So it's a point per reception.
Yeah, on that one.
On that one, which touchdowns?
6.
6.
Or do I come back next with what receivers?
Yeah, I will probably come back with a receiver. It's counting who's there. You know what I mean? Like
True.
when you come back around,
that's a long time.
That's a long time, but you still have options like Stephon Diggs, Tyreek Hill is going to be there. Like, if Doug Baldwin and if Amari's there, grab him.
Mm-hmm.
Grab Amari. Amari's going to come back strong this year, I think. And Doug has always been a beast. Doug Baldwin.
Yeah, my guys are going to grab Hill. I know what they think. Hill won't be there at all.
Okay, that's cool though. Yeah, that's cool. I like Baldwin. I like Cooper late. I'm not a big Larry fan this year.
I mean, he's gonna get some receptions, but he ain't gonna have the.
Let's count who's throwing the ball. Like, do you really believe in Bradford? And then you got the rookie and Rosen coming behind him. If Bradford doesn't work out, I'm not betting on Larry getting 100 balls from a rookie. No way. Mm-hmm. I mean, and Larry. I mean, he's Larry Legend.
Who the hell last year? He had 100 last year.
Yeah, I forget.
And the year before.
I forget.
We looked it up on one of my chats. Actually, we had a bet, and somebody said Fitzgerald didn't have better numbers than who the Cowboys receiver, man.
Who does?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Shit it on him. I looked it up. Shit it on
him. Whoever said that.
Shout out my man AP.
Yeah, AP man. kind of statement was that, buddy? But no, man. Like I said, man. So for you at that 12 pick, you're gonna have some running backs to play with. Mm-hmm. If you're scared of the injury bug, stay away from Cook. I like Kareem Hunt. I mean, I think he has a good year. I'm really big on Fournette. If I'm there at 12 and Fournette's there, that'll probably be my first pick. Mm-hmm. Because it's gonna be see, you have to understand. Once you get after you pick, the drop off on running back is going to be crazy. So just listen to this. So after Fournette, after McCaffrey, these are the running backs you got to pick, that got to play with. Jordan Howard, Shady, Kenyon Drake.
Damn, is he still in Miami?
Yep. Derrick Henry, Rex Burkhead. Stay away from Royce Freeman. I'm not a big Royce Freeman fan from Denver. Keep Lamar Miller and Jay Jahe on your radar.
Okay. Miller, Jay.
Yeah. Keep them on your radar. Once you get your run, once you go 12, once you get your two running backs, and you come back around, and you go say receiver, or even maybe receiver tight end, then you start looking at that, right?
Okay.
So coming back with a running back receiver, or even going running back again, it's not a bad call because people reach for quarterbacks, right?
I was about to ask you, when did you draft quarterback?
I don't draft quarterbacks until late, man. I'm not drafting the quarterbacks like round 9 or 10.
Okay.
I mean, Russell Wilson is going in round 9 in this one. You know who else, man? Late too, man. I think Jordan Reed has a good year this year. Yeah. He's going late. He's going late, like round 10 to round 11. You know what I mean? Like, look, Drew Brees is going round 12. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what draft you looking at now?
This is a 10-man league, but he's going to be. But it's all, and like I said, it's all counting on how people draft. Like, people always reach for different players. Like, there'll be somebody who might take Gronk at the end of round 1, and that's just way too high. And it'll throw it too all. So when that happens, when they reach for a premium player, that means somebody's going to fall that shouldn't have fell.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's just counting who it is this year. But yeah, man, no, if I were you, count on how your board falls. I'm going running back, and receiver, either receiver, premier, or tight end. And when I say premier tight end, if it's not Gronk, Kelsey, or Ertz, don't touch him.
Okay. Ertz, monster.
Yeah. And who knows when Alshon is going to come back, because he's still out with the shoulder injury. He hasn't even practiced.
Really? Oh.
So Ertz is a good call to have.
So running back, receiver, premier tight end.
Yeah.
What's the next two for rounds 5 and 6?
That's counting how your board falls. But if I'm in the round 5 or 6, I like Landry is there. Lamar Miller is there. Jay Jahe will be there. He's not a sleeper, but a lot of people know about him. Marquise Goodwin from San Fran. Good player. I'm trying to think. Your man Lynch should be around there still. Juju Smith.
Juju.
Yeah, man.
Juju.
I like him, man. He's gonna have a big year. Chris Hogan from New England. He's gonna be okay.
Okay.
Because Edelman's gone. They let go of I think his name is Mike Mitchell.
Okay.
He was an outside guy. And Edelman's not gone, but Edelman's out for 4 years. And then people always double Gronk. You can't leave him 1-on-1. So I mean, Hogan is a legit.
He's number 1 right now, or number 2?
Who, Hogan? He might be the number 1 guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He really might. I'm not sure, but he's consistent. He's healthy, and I think if I read a stat right, the last year or two, he's been top 5 in red zone targets. Low key too. Yeah, don't sleep on Chris Hogan, man.
Okay.
And just for my kind of quick early likes, so far, just looking at it, I like Jordan Reed, I like Landry, I like Fournette, Wentz. Those are guys I kind of are making sure on my radar. And the dislikes, I'm not a Garoppolo fan.
Mm.
I'm not a Larry fan. I'm not a Doyle fan. He's on the Colts. He's a tight end.
Mm-hmm.
They got Eric Ebron, so I think that eats away at Doyle. And I'm not a Saquon Barkley fan
Mm-hmm.
because he's going so high. One, he's got a hamstring injury, and just hamstrings. He's a world class, not even just athlete, but a world class jumper, sprinter.
Mm-hmm.
So you need that bounce. You know what I mean? So I mean, I'm hoping that the kid's healthy. I want him to obviously have a good year, but I just don't think. I think that hamstring is going to bother him throughout the year.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as he takes off or he does a little jump cut, I think he might,
like tweak something.
Yeah, tweak something. The whole Garoppolo thing. I mean, he's undefeated.
He's on fire. He's on fire.
So I mean, I like him, but I'm not on the hype train that everybody else is. And Larry Legend is somebody's gonna regress. You know what I mean? And I think
he's like 35, 36, right?
Yeah, he's up there. He's up there, and his quarterback play is too shaky. Even though he had shaky quarterback play before, but I think it's even shakier now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So we'll see. We'll see how it shakes out, man. And just like I said, man, little couple tricks on on when you draft. It's funny. I did a mock. So a mock draft is when you go and compete against everybody else, and you go on ESPN and you act like so. Like you could do a mock draft
tonight. I can do one.
Yeah, I'll show you. Okay. So you could do a mock draft on ESPN, and you can find one where you can actually pick your position. So you have to find one that has open slots, and you can pick at 12, and just get a sense of who's going to be there. So, folks, if you are into fantasy football and you actually look at this as some type of revenue, even though there is some luck in it. Right. And let's not get into it. Like you can study and look at numbers all you want and put yourself in the best position. But injuries is a big part of the game. Getting hot is a big part of the game. So I think that if you do the right things, you listen to the right outlets, you listen to the right people. Of course, Money Pop Podcast is one of them outlets. But if you listen to those right outlets and listen to the right people, you can always put yourself in position to win, get to the playoffs, and at least get yourself a chance to win. But for the most part, there is a little luck factor in that, in picking the right player. But I'm a big fan of, like I said, man, running back. Don't matter where I'm at in the draft. Running back, and I mock. Practice, get a sense of typically what players are going to be there. Now, in some of those mock drafts, people be like kind of retarded, like they're taking like Aaron Rodgers with the first pick just to do it. It's just weird, you know what I mean? You got so many people doing it; they just do it just to try to be cute about it. But if you do it enough times, you get a sense of who's going to be there, who's going to fall, and stuff like that. And you can kind of look at your team, look at your balance, and kind of go from there, man.
We'll do one tonight. So I got a friend of mine, right?
Right.
He's made the championship, no lie, maybe 4 or 5 times straight in my barbershop league.
I believe it.
But his whole thing is, when it's his pick, no matter what it is, he picks the best available, and that's all he does.
I mean, to me, that's just people getting lucky with not hitting it. You know what I mean? He's just been extremely lucky over the course of time. Like I had one guy. We have a Money Pop Podcast, and this one guy literally did an auto draft. Well, he didn't let it auto draft. Like he picked the rankings of how he wanted to draft, and he never set his lineup once.
Never.
He said them. You know how you draft and he put all the starters in. Right. He set it up and he won the whole thing. But it was crazy though. He had like AB. He had like Gurley. Well, no, he didn't have Gurley, but he had like AB. He had like Jordan Howard, who exploded the one year. So like it was like a little bit of luck that he had the right players and he had no injuries on his team.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And he just won it. And he was boasting about. He was a Dallas fan, so he was boasting and bragging that how he was, it's John Luck, man. Like, see, man, it's John Luck, man. Come on, man. I mean, I was like, man, get out of here, man. Just take this trophy, man. Take this little t-shirt, man. But yeah, man. I mean, come definitely check me out, man. On Money Pop Podcast. Like I said, man, we're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, we're on the book, man. I want to appreciate the folks here at the Round Table 610, man. Conscious Talk Radio, man. It's a blessing to be here, man. Anytime you
Sure.
want to talk football, definitely want to talk Eagles. Tell your man. He can call out when he got something better.
He a diehard Patriots fan.
I mean, I got no problem with that, man. I mean, that's a good thing to be a fan of. But just don't talk to me about how the Cowboys. Don't talk to me about the Cowboys. I'm not trying to hear that. I'm about the Cowboys. I'm really cool. Why?
Mhm.
Zeke ain't gonna run. You can't gonna run Zeke to the promised land. Keep trying to tell people, man. Like he's a great player. He had a lot of stuff going on last year with the whole, I think, the rape thing and all that stuff. Maybe little injuries that were going, like just some turmoil. But you know what I mean? Now you got Dak talking about his sunken place. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, man. You got that like this. No, man. Yeah, it's a wrap for them. They might not get. They might get the. They might get the 500. That's a big money. I doubt it. You know what I mean? I mean, so I appreciate the invite, bro.
No problem, man. Anytime. Thanks for coming out.
Definitely, man. Like I said, man, y'all check me out, man. www.moneypodcast. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram. Give me a shout. Give me a follow. I'm always on. Our show is actually on YouTube as well. The channel is Money Pop Podcast. Go ahead and subscribe to us. Check out some of the videos that we have up there. We were playing around with the video. First, we did a laptop video. Then we did a 360 video. Which
I watched that one.
Yeah, which was kind of cool. And now, we're going to kind of bring it a little bit more HD this year. And step up the game a little bit and give it a little bit of nice form. I see you got the phone call coming in, so we're working on that. Kind of add that to the show, man. But we just out here just trying to do our thing, man. Trying to get back to kind of get back to what we feel is giving back to the community. Trying to put a little bit of extra money in people's pockets, man.
Yes, sir. I'm all for that as well.
Yeah, man. Definitely.
The roundtable is out. Thanks to my man Money Moss and the Money Pop Podcast. Don't forget, check them out on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook forum. I don't comment a lot, but I'll be watching on there. I do be watching.
Yeah, man. We be going at it sometimes. But that's what it's for, though. It's for as an open forum, just to talk football and just talk sports. I mean, it's no different than talking to your boys in a group chat. It's pretty much what I look at it. You know what I mean? Sometimes you get some people that say some off the wall things, but I mean, you got some boys that say some off the wall things too as well. So yeah, definitely check me out, man.
Cool. Yes, sir. Everybody, don't forget the Roundtable 610. We'll be back this Wednesday from 8 to 10. Myself, Slad and Sassy. Everybody have a good evening. Peace. Cool.
Yes, sir.